Hey Padawan, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So this is today's pick a card reading, where we are going to see what the Egyptian gods have to share with us for our soul's journey into the next stage. And so starting off, you guys chose this rose quartz, but what I really like about it is based on whichever direction I'm kind of holding it, like it's flat, but it changes into so many things. So if you look at it at the right angle, it looks like a heart. And so rose quartz is all about the heart. And it just feels so nice in the hand. Like it fits perfectly. It almost has like the grooves for your fingers to hold. And so with that, I'm getting a message from Spirit that this is about the heart, and that it also is about a heart activation. That's what they're showing me. So with that, let's get into our reading. So we got your pile here. And so the first card that we have is the right timing and direction. And so who do we got here? Got a lot going on. Oh, but first off, what I see is here we've got Ra, or Amun-Ra. Here we've got Khonshu, which is the god of the moon. So we've got the sun and the moon. And then in the center, what's this one? Saw this. Oh, the star energy. So we've got the sun, the moon, and then we got a star. And they're all coming together and they're pointing into the heart. So you chose the rose quartz that no matter which angle, you can kind of get a heart out of it. And, right? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder is what I'm hearing. And so out of all this, I'm getting right timing and direction. Just a beautiful heart-opening message right off the bat. And so let's get into oracle cards first. So we're choosing, what is this one? The Earth Warriors Oracle. So the first one is, I hope I say this right, Kitaki, Guardian of Pachunuku. Anyways, the words aren't quite as important, and if you feel called, you can go look it up because there's always something to learn from that. But it's the picture. It's the picture that's important. So here we've got all this energy coming right down into her heart, into her root chakra, all the chakras, to be honest. It's just a real clear divine channel. And so this one says right timing and direction, and it's like the sun, the moon, the star, all in the heart. So what I'm really getting is it's like your light vehicle. Your heart is activating your, right? You're activating your, how am I going to say this? The Merkaba, right? Your light vehicle. So what that means is, do I have a Merkaba? I mean, I do, but is it around? No, I don't have them on display. Sorry, I can't quite. Oh, it's over there. Okay, so this is a Merkaba. And this is how you activate your light body. And so what it is it's a pyramid. How do I, right? Here's the first pyramid. And then when you flip it, there's the other one on the bottom. So when you are working with spirit, you want to pull the light in through your crown into your heart and anchor it there. And then from there, you want to pull up into the earth, into your heart, and anchor it there, right? As above, so below. And in your heart, when you activate this, that's when you can actually start traveling and doing really cool things. So let's see what else we've got here. Because right now it's a pretty cool message. We got Lolo, and it says stand in the light. And there's a butterfly on it. And I'm seeing there's the moon, there's Khonshu. Actually, this one has a moon above her head too, or light, halo. So I'm getting that you were just really pulling in source, like you are a divine channel. And so when you are connected, right, there's no blocks, there's nothing to, no challenges. It's just flowing so nice. It's saying right timing and direction. Like once you have your light vehicle, your Merkaba, like I said, you can go anywhere. You're so divinely protected. And that's awesome. That's awesome news. So here we have Endrgies, power of the good. I really like that card and the way the lion looks. But again, I'm looking in the, let's get a little closer. It's a clock, right timing. It kind of looks like a moon. And even, sorry if I shake, there's a little butterfly down here, which connects to this card saying stand in the light. So the power is the light, right? And it's full steam. It's like a full channel. So you've got the sun and the moon and the stars and everything's aligning for you right now. Like those are like Amun-Ra is the most powerful god in the Neutero or whatever. And the moon, like this is just beautiful, guys. This is just such powerful energies coming to help you. And so next card is Blessings of Kumu. No good thing shall be withheld. And so with that, kind of picks up on here, right timing. So here we see this girl and she kind of looks sad, really disappointed. And she still has all these things. There's still the moon. There's still like, right? But there's just not this light going through. There's still the butterfly transformation. We got Wildcat on the card. And it just wasn't the time. So I feel like something from the past is going to be coming back to you this week. Or not this week. Yeah, this week. Why not? Right now, at this very moment, a second ago, before you even picked, everything was already in alignment. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. And if anything, it's just going to be a bit of confirmation for you to have that oomph to go out into your day and to, empower yourself. So what was that thing that you were looking at in the past that, you tried and you hit a wall and it kind of made you sad, actually? It almost was like, do I want this? I see a lot of people almost giving up on a dream. And now they're right in their power. So let's lay this out a bit more rather than me putting it into this pile. And then the last one we have, for this one, we have our tarot cards. But this also has a butterfly, and this has a heart. Oh man, beautiful. It says Alakoa, spirit of the warrior, right? And what I really like about this, right? So there's the heart, the activated heart. We got the butterfly as well again. But as I said, there's like you pull up the light from the ground into your heart. and then you pull it down. So his heart's in his throat. He's speaking up. He's very balanced. And it's saying warrior. And so rather than being that sad girl who's looking within, feeling like, you know, not good enough, or, you know, why me, that kind of energy, it's like taking that power back. And, you know, the power, it says power of good, it's standing in the light and really connecting and bringing it in you, realizing that nothing outside of you has power over you. Nothing is nothing's gonna come to you and just like, you know, the universe just hands you something and you're just like, wow, you know, it's like you realized you're not gonna stand around and wait for it. You're gonna go out and make it happen. And by that, it just means empowering yourself, turning yourself into this light warrior, right? It's like this trifecta. Like, it's just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful energy this week. And so you've healed something from the past that was always keeping you kind of, something wrapped around you. So I see you free and shaken free of that this week. And yeah. So with that, one of my favorite decks is the Starman Tarot. And it's by, I forget the artist. Do I have it here? Anyways, it's the guy who produced or created some of David Bowie's album covers. And so I really love them. So the first one we have, I pulled these with the intention of finding that balance, right? Just balancing between the two. So the first one that we got is Ace of Cups. And okay, so that's Ace of Cups. And the first thing that kind of, like I said, something was attached to you, wrapped around. And then I look at this and there's just so many of these vines kind of reaching out. Let me see what else is going on here, because in it, I don't know if you can really see it, it's all in this very, very faint yellow. We have Metatron's cube, which is a sacred geometry. But Ace of Cups is a new, fulfilling adventure. It's a new, especially cups. Cups is emotion. Like your little heart is just like the Grinch who stole Christmas. And on that day, his heart grew 10 times the size. It's time to go. Your heart is just fully blown wide. And then on the other side, what do we got? We got the Five of Pentacles, which makes sense to the cards that I previously spoke. So to see it, the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles, these people they're struggling, right? They're sitting here kind of like homeless. They're like waiting, they're like kind of like asking for handouts. And there's so much pentacles. So pentacles are earthly possessions, right? There's so much abundance. It's just not in their perspective, right? They're here. But if they raise their energy, when they bring the light in, when they, low camera. When they start to fill their cup up by bringing in source, that's when all these attachments and these vines kind of go away. And down here we have a lotus. So there's a saying, no mud, no lotus. And so the thing about the lotus is it grows in the bottom of ponds, in the mud. It's dark, it's in the dark, it's not, yeah, right? Who wants to just live in a pile of mud? But eventually, like your heart, it like wakes up and it's like, you know, I don't want to stay in this struggle anymore. And it starts reaching for the light. And then so it grows through the mud and it reaches for the light. And then so that's when it gets to the top of the pond and it blossoms. And so we got the lotus there. No mud, no lotus. If you didn't have this struggle, right, you wouldn't quite get tired of, the same old and yearn for something more. And so you called in source, your heart activated, you started bringing this love, divine energy, and you stood in your light. And you've got so many light beings helping you right now. So that's what the Egyptian gods want you to know, is that you're standing in your power. You got the sun and the moon and the stars. You've got the universe. The universe has your back right now. And so pull that down through your crown chakra, right? Down into your heart, right? Just embrace that and love that and bring it in, because that's what the gods want you to know, is that it's now time. You are no longer going to stay in the pattern or the struggle that you have become accustomed to, right? You've outgrown that situation. And in the past, you had everything. You did. You had everything that you have now. It just wasn't the right time, right? And now the light, the divine, is calling you and pulling you to this new heart-filled, emotional adventure. Like a phoenix. You're being a phoenix. You're rising from the ashes. And so I'm seeing these vines kind of growing and growing as you are, right? Because here's your new abundance. And they're almost trying to, but they can't, because you have this Metatron's cube, even like the Merkaba's in there as well. Learn about the Merkaba. If you have time, just Google about the sacred geometry of why this is so special. And all right, Spirit, any last words for everyone? Just let me look at everything. I'm just hearing a really old song. So this is love. I'm seeing the cats are standing out in the cards the most. This one and this one. And so I'm getting before the timing is right and you had your activation, you were more like a house kitty. You were just very tame, very content. But now it's this fierce, wild warrior is now coming out, the power, the spirit of the warrior. And you're so willing, like everything is balanced, right? The pyramid or triangle, right, is one of the strongest shapes. You are so strong. You've got support all around you. Whatever it is that you wanted to do in the past, I would say give it another go. For that one thing that you almost gave up on, it's time to give that another go. What if you had everything you needed? What if it was the right time and you were already headed in the right direction? Would you give it your all? And so I'm hoping that your answer was yes. And on the times when you kind of go back into the old moments, or when something kind of reaches out and kind of pulls you back, remember to call on the sun and the moon and the stars. They've got your back. So this is your reading for the week. We got, there's a heart and the sun and the moon and the stars. They love you. All right. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day. And if this reading resonated with you, I would love it if you could hit the like button, leave a comment below if something really spoke to you. And if you want to come back and see more pick a card readings, I do it on Tuesdays. And if you hit the subscribe or notification button, you won't miss out. So I appreciate it if you made it to the end. Thank you so much for your love and support, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys. Hi Pile 2, welcome to my channel Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So this is our weekly pick a card reading, and you chose the Dalmatian Jasper. So Dalmatian Jasper is really good stone for helping those who are overthinkers. And so Pile 2, I want you to, at this moment, first thing that comes to your mind, what is it that you've been overthinking and overthinking? What is it that you would like to take and transmute and, find peace within? So with that, we'll get to our pile. And so we have 3 decks that I pulled. So we have some tarot cards, some oracle cards, and then we have our Egyptian cards. So the very first card that you have is the Dove. Oh my. All right, the Dove. And so it says initiate, innocence, and trust. And when I said oh my is like I just did Pile 1's reading, and their card was the sun and the moon and the stars, the gods for that. But in your card, you have it represented as well. Do I have the old ones? Let me see. Yeah, so this was Pile 1's card. But we have Amun-Ra, which is the sun. Then we have Khonfu, which is the moon. And then Solstice is the star. And so the sun, the moon, and the star. And then here you also have the sun, the moon, and the stars. I just find that really interesting. So let's put that back out of my way. We don't want to get confused. So first off, what am I getting? Peace, right? Because that's what the dove represents. It's usually the beginning of a new cycle. In order for a cycle to start, something else has to end. And it's bringing the offering, the olive branch. There's so many religions and cultures that the dove represents peace. And so where I grew up, there was doves all the time. All the time I'd wake up to doves. So yeah, let's just see what the other cards. So what I'm getting from this reading, I just asked you, what do you want to let go of? What is it that you're overthinking? And this is saying innocence and trust, but the dove represents peace, a new beginning. So I think that's gonna start off as a beautiful reading. So what do we want to work on first? Always the oracle, because yeah, we'll do that. Tarot last. So the first card we have is the Diamond Tiger of the Black Moon. Second chances bring success. I love that card. Wild thing, dun, 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 dun. You make my heart sing. What I'm seeing though is rather than the stress and the overthinking, it's seeing something beautiful. So what I'm looking at is the third eye. And so that's where he's overthinking. But now we got daisies and flowers and it's all the moon is kind of coming in and like activating the third eye. So this said initiate, and you have third eye. So Pile 2, I'm getting, the sun and the moon and the stars are working for you in a much different way than Pile 1, right? I think you guys are both going through activations, but you are the mind. You are seeing things in a more loving, beautiful way. And so Diamond Tiger of the Black Moon, second chances bring success. And I really feel that you guys are very much connected to someone in Pile 1, but we'll see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the next card I got was I apologize if I butcher the words, but you got in Gonyama, honor of the ancient king. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so this one we had the black moon, we had the moon, and in this one we have the king. The lion is the sun, the ancient king. It's showing moon phases, but I'm really getting sun vibes from this, right? Because in the Neutral or whatever, and I gotta bring it up all the time because this is just one of my favorite guides to work with. Is so Amun Ra, Sekhmet is the lion Egyptian goddess, and she is the son of Ra, or she's the daughter of Ra. And so we got a lion. So we got the sun and the moon. I wonder when the stars are gonna come out, but all this energy, and it's, again, the only thing that truly matters in this, because this is the sun, this is the moon, but both of them have these lines that are going directly to the third eye. Third eye, third eye. All of this energy is coming to the third eye. And so, yeah, you're definitely... Okay, I'm being told to let you know that because you are kind of having all this energy, that it is important for you to drink lots of water, to take time to rest, right? Because I'm actually getting that this might be a little bit intense for those who, when you start opening your third eye, right? Like when you open your heart, that's much easier than your third eye, because your third eye is the gift of sight, and sometimes people don't want to see. So take it easy, right? And just trust the process. But when you are feeling overwhelmed, just listen to your guides. Ask them, what do you want for me to do? And they will help you, because I really feel that you and Palawan are so connected. But when I looked down here, there's a little outline. I don't know if you can even see that, but it's a heart. There's just little like energetic codes of a heart. And so that's, you guys are having your third eye activated. Pal 1 is having their heart activated. So when things get too much for you, I would reach out to someone in Pal 1, right? The heart, because they'll be able to just really help you feel at peace. Because it is an uncomfortable process sometimes when your third eye is opening up. So the next one, it says, Padma Sundari, out of darkness the light is born. And now I'm just getting the song Amazing Grace. I think that's it. I once was lost, but now am found. And for this, her third eye is wide open. And so now, because the third eye is open, she can make new choices, new decisions, and everything opens. Everything goes, it's a chain reaction, right? But I see lots of mental activity for you, pile 2. And so it's bringing that peace, that calm, that beauty and things. So the next card we have is Palfink Mana, Medicine of the Butterfly Kachina. And so just as I look at this, like I said, drink water, rest, but meditation, really just learning how to pull the energies, how to, right? You gotta let it flow. And so when I look here, look how peaceful they are. That's that's what's going on. Is my dang hand's in the way, right? I just feel like that should be there. I just sit there. The sun and the moon, and then here we've got 2 lotus flowers, and here we've got, it's just really balanced. This, like, I feel like the Egyptian gods, Ra and Khonfu, are just totally encompassing you. Like, you are so protected. I'm just seeing a little burrito in your little, it's like, you know, they like their mummies. So that's kind of like what you're at right now. And so I guess that is caterpillar mode, right? You're kind of in caterpillar mode. The anxious mind and all that kind of stuff just knows it wants to change. It wants to grow. It wants to evolve. This one is medicine of the butterfly Kachina. And so the caterpillar, what it does is all of a sudden it gets this urge to change. Like, it's just like, I can't do this anymore. And so it just eats and eats and eats and eats and eats. And then because the journey that's going to come ahead of it takes a lot of energy. So that's something else. I said drink lots of water, but I think make sure that you're eating properly too. And so, right, so that you can fuel your body, because once you start bringing in more light, it takes a lot of energy out of you, right? As a medium, sometimes it could be very exhausting. And when we used to go to development circles, a group of us would always go to A&W after, because we'd be just so starving, right? Working with spirit and energy is a little hard on the body. So remember to take time, rest, drink water, eat, because what that caterpillar does, eats and eats and eats, and it mummifies, cocoons itself. Literally everything that the caterpillar was, it now liquefies. It turns into a goo. And then from that, this beautiful metamorphosis starts happening. And then all the cells kind of come back together and a butterfly creates. And so there will be a time, right? And that's kind of what Spirit's doing right now, is it's like, I'm seeing you cocooned. I'm seeing you changing your mindset. You are now seeing you're spiritually evolving. And so now you've got the butterfly, right? And eventually the butterfly, it's like, okay, I've done it. And then all of a sudden it's just like one day it just has to break free. And so that's what this card signifies. That's you breaking free, right? Because right now it's all mind, right? This one is the mind. This one is the mind, but there is a little bit of, that's the caterpillar knowing that it's now time to be a butterfly. And so here, we calm the mind, we go within, and boom, just like that. And so last card here. Sorry, I'm just like totally soaking it in because it's just such a pretty card. But it's Panthera. But literally everything that we just talked about is in this card. So here, total wide open mind. We got the sun and the moon. And we've got, right, it's just totally illuminated. She has cleansed herself, like let go of whatever it was that I said you're going to let go of. What do you want to let go of is purified now, right? That's what panthers are really good for, helping with the shadow work. What does it say? The precious and the rare. It's just beautiful. That's all it is. It's just purifying, letting go. The sun and the moon, Ra and Khonfu, want to work with you. And so let's lay these all out again. But the story is pretty clear. We are initiating, we're getting sight, we're connecting to the gods, and the gods want to show us a story. But I do have 2 tarot cards, and my intention when I was shuffling and laying it out was the energies and how we can balance the masculine and feminine for this situation or whatever it wants to show us. So the first card is the Strength card. And so here, very first thing that I see are the lions. So the sun is coming up again. Oh, I wish I had my glasses. I gotta remember to start bringing them because there's words on here. It's just so many light codes. So that's what they're telling me, is that take time to rest and, you know, make sure you go out and get sunshine. Feed yourself, water yourself, go get sunshine. You're pretty much just like a super complicated plant. And when you go out into the sun, it's like light codes are coming to you. You're pulling down this information, and it's like feeding and nourishing your soul, and it's freeing you from all the blocks and the residue and the just anything that just needs to go. And I like that we have a lot of lions here. And so the next one is justice. And so from that, which was kind of what your card was about, there's the justice, but it's the mind and the heart. It's balancing them both. But first, you have to clear the mind. I would have thought that it would have been the heart first, but I guess this has to stop because you're stuck in negative or a loop or, you know, just something with this overthinking. And the overthinking is stalling the process to bring it into the heart and then anchoring it into this earth. Like, you're here to stand in your power, to stand in your strength, and just bring this beautiful energy to the earth, right? Like I just said, you're a glorified plant. So you're bringing it in and you're rooting it into the earth. And your visualizations when you work with light are so powerful. If you haven't worked with anything like that, just try. Like, you'll be amazed at what you find you can do within yourself and how you can help yourself and heal yourself, and how you can like find places that kind of have trapped emotions and you can like help it flow, let it go. Oh. I kept saying that you needed to reach out to one of the pile ones, but now that I got the rest of the cards out here, I'm like, no, you don't really need to, because you actually are going to activate both. But first, it's stopping the mind, calming the mind, going within. It's blossoming into that butterfly. That's what you're doing both, but it's a step process. You're being initiated to reach for the stars. The stars, you know, when you're connected and you're a clear channel, when your mind and your heart, you know, you can wish on stars and like your manifestations just happen so easy for you. And I love all these kitty cats in here. Look, guys, we got a lion, we got the sun, we got the tiger, we got the moon, and then we got the shadow with the panther. And so without light, there would be like, there's no shadow without light. They're kind of both. And so it's finding that balance. It's like taking it and transmuting it and using it for something powerful, right? So you've got all this light and things and you're overthinking, but whatever it is that you're overthinking, you're gonna make it beautiful and purify it. But what the panther or the shadow does is sometimes for colors, it makes it more vibrant, right? Just adding a little bit of shadow to it kind of makes it pop. And so you kind of need that. It's like here in her heart, right? it all blends together beautifully, right? The shadow and the light creates this beautiful mosaic. And then there's the lotus. And I said this also in pile 1. So it's just so similar how everyone, the Egyptian gods in this week's reading are everyone's kind of going through similar things right now, but just different ways. And so the lotus, there's just a saying, no mud, no lotus. So the seeds, they grow at the bottom of a mucky pond, right? But then one day, as the caterpillar wraps itself up, it just knows it has to go within. But when it's ready to turn into that butterfly, it has that urge to, you know? And so this mud, the seed's in the mud, and one day it just knows that it needs to change. It needs to grow. So it starts reaching for the light. And so it reaches and reaches and reaches. And when it gets to the surface, that's when this beautiful flower blossoms. So no mud, no lotus. No shadow, no vibrant. No depth, no mosaic, no... just seeing, just look at all the colors in this card. Like the sun and the shadow create all that, and it's just so beautiful. But you're able to now, with this mind open and you working with light, you can take all the color out and I don't know, you're in control. You are in control. So that's a beautiful reading, pile 2. Just let me see if there's anything else that they just really... Oh, look, there's more lotus. You got a lot of lotuses here as well. So, I know in ancient Egypt that they loved their blue lotus. It's a very high vibration. Sometimes they would, make perfume out of it. They sometimes smoke it. Sometimes they just make a tea out of it. So lotuses are so important. No mud, no lotus, no shadow, no light, no vibrant tapestry of whatever you want to create. You want this clear butterfly? You got it. You want this beautiful mishmash of whatever? You got it. The white butterfly and the white dove. You've just got it. Remember to drink water. Remember to fuel yourself. Remember to go get some sunshine. Just be like a plant and grow. All right, so if this reading resonated with you, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like button. And if something stood out to you really cool, I would love to hear from you. Either reach out or leave a comment. And if you like pick a card readings, I do it every Tuesday. And if you hit the notification or subscribe, you'll be the first to get it as soon as it's out. And I appreciate everyone who made it to the end of the video. I love doing this for you, and it just fills my cup. So thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here next week. Bye, guys.